So good evening, everyone. So we are in the fifth day, afternoon session, and as usual, afternoon session going to be the toughest one to handle. And here we have Dr. Serophine to host you over here. So on fifth day, 10th session. So it's over to Dr. Auxilium for welcome and introduction.
Good afternoon. As the coronavirus pandemic sweeps across the world, it is causing widespread concern, fear and stress, all of which are natural and normal reactions to the changing and uncertain situation that everyone finds themselves in. So our resource person is here to talk about the current scenario. On behalf of the Department of Commerce, Auxilium College, it is my immense pleasure to welcome and introduce our resource person, Dr.SerophineAnitha. She is a physician, internal medicine, geriatrics, Northern Virginia from USA. She is an assistant professor in the Department of Internal Medicine and a certified medical director, fellow of American College of Physicians. She got her geriatrics fellowship from Hackensack University Medical Center, Jersey City. She has been an associate medical director, Starmount Nursing Facility from 2008 to 2009. She has rich professional experience in the field of medicine from 2007 till the day. She is regularly giving medical lectures to various places. On her credit, an official recognition of continued commitment, she was awarded as one of the top doctors in 2020 by Northern Virginia magazine. I thank Dr. SerophineAnitha for accepting our invitation amidst her busy schedule. Hearty welcome you, Dr. Serophine. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Serophine.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Dr. SerophineAnitha. I'm an internal medicine doctor and a geriatrician, currently practicing in Northern Virginia, USA. So today I'm going to talk about how we are going to deal with managing stress during the COVID pandemic. First of all, I want to thank all the faculties of the Auxilium College. And I've been in practice since 2006. I've been a medical director, and I did my residency in Jersey City Medical Center, Mount Sinai School of Medicine, and fellowship in geriatrics in Hackensack University. So first, we all know that the world was functioning perfectly fine. We wake up one morning and then we hear that there is the COVID pandemic coming up and we have the lockdown. Schools are closed, colleges are closed, churches, temples are closed. We can't travel anymore. We all have to function from home and keep moving on. This is a big challenge that comes in all of a sudden. How are we going to handle this? Obviously, when I talk to patients all day long, I see patients crying. They are anxious. They are stressed out. They are all worried about how long this COVID pandemic is going to last and how we are going to handle all these pressures. People have lost their job. There are financial implications. The teenage kids at home are really stressed. They are going through anxiety, depression, and many more. And think of the working parents who have to now take care of kids at home, do their own official work as well from home. So this is all multiple stresses at one time, and how are we going to handle this is the presentation today. So first, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about the emerging coronaviruses. We all had SARS in 2002, which caused severe acute respiratory syndrome. We had more than 8,000 cases with 10% mortality, affecting 32 countries in 3 months. And the mode of transmission was through bats, civet cats, raccoon dogs, and humans. Then we had the Middle East respiratory syndrome in 2004, affecting Saudi Arabia with more than 2,500 cases, causing 35% mortality, affecting 27 countries. The mode of transmission was through bats, camels, and humans. Now, we are all dealing with the novel coronavirus, COVID-19, also known as SARS-CoV-2, since 2019 until present, with more than 2% mortality. This is the structure of COVID, the novel coronavirus, which is causing the pandemic.
You want to share the screen? The screen is not shared yet.
Oh, screen is not shared?
Yeah, because I've just closed that the pre-op. You just click the share button now. Share screen.
Oh, okay.
Just click that. It will be, yeah.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah. Yes. And then press the play from start. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I really wanted to check on it. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. So this is the first slide, basically about managing stress during the COVID pandemic. And we just moved on to the second screen, which is the emerging coronaviruses. We have the SARS, MERS, and the COVID-19. This is the structure of the coronavirus 19, which is causing the pandemic. So what are the signs and symptoms of COVID-19? COVID-19 basically presents like a flu-like illness. Patients present with cough, shortness of breath, fever, headache, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, loss of taste or smell. Sometimes it can be totally asymptomatic as well. It presents itself as like an upper respiratory infection, sometimes causing bronchitis or pneumonia. Really sick patients get admitted to the hospital, but most people stay home, taking some fluids, taking some paracetamol for fever, resting, and usually 85% of the people recover in 7 to 10 days. So COVID-19 was first reported in Wuhan, Hubei province of China in November 2019. Over the next few months, the illness spread to almost every country. COVID was declared a pandemic by World Health Organization on March 11, 2020. How does SARS-CoV-2 spread? It spreads through droplets. Person-to-person transmission occurs when an infected individual emits droplets containing the virus while coughing, sneezing, or talking. It can land on these objects and remain infectious on inanimate objects for up to 9 days. The time is shorter for temperatures greater than 30 degrees centigrade. I know you're all in the summer in India now, right? So it should be tough for you working from home in the summer in June. So as I told you, most people, about 85% of people recover. Really sick ones get admitted to the hospital. It's highly contagious. It spreads easily from person to person. Mortality typically mostly in older population. We have the unprecedented stress around the uncertainties of COVID pandemic. Why? Because we don't know how long is the COVID pandemic going to last. We don't have a vaccine yet. We don't have a way to prevent it. And we have few treatment options available. In US, we use a drug called remdesivir, which is an antiviral. So this is the world map, and this basically talks about the prevalence of COVID-19. In the world map, the blue areas are the countries reporting COVID-19, As you can see, the whole world looks blue, except for few countries in Europe, Africa, and Asia. The yellow ones are the ones that have not reported COVID yet. So total cases reported in US, we have almost 1,842,000 cases as of June 4th, 2020. Total deaths amounting to 107,000, and we have almost 68,500 cases among healthcare professionals and 358 deaths among healthcare professionals. As of June 3rd, 2020, we have 6,416,000 cases worldwide and almost 380,000 deaths in the world, affecting 216 countries. Finding purpose through COVID-19. We all have to find out the purpose of our life. And finding purpose through COVID-19 can be a big challenge. Fighting through fatigue, fear, and being there for a patient who is in ICU without a family member, requiring oxygen, getting them a breathing treatment, checking vitals on oxygen saturation, and repeating this in 12 to 24-hour shift can be a big challenge. Being there for a patient and for each other, making a positive impact and contributing to the society have been the drivers for human contentment. Now we're going to talk about teachers. A teacher takes a hand, opens mind, and touches a heart. First of all, thanks to you all teachers who are continuing to teach students through the COVID pandemic. Teaching is a profession that creates all other professions. I still think of my school teacher, my college teacher, my professors, and I think of their sacrifices in their early days, contributing to the success of the school children, the college children. So you're all doing a great and wonderful job amidst the challenging COVID pandemic. Thanks to you all. Challenges as a teacher. Virtual classroom may be a challenge to teachers and to students. Connection can be somewhat lost between teachers and students. And then think about the attention span of students in virtual classroom. It can be decreased for sure. A teacher is one who is expected to have excellent communication skills, listening skills, be friendly, have organizational skills, be patient, have strong work ethics, and discipline skills. And to demonstrate these characteristics in a virtual classroom can be challenging. So find the purpose as a teacher. We are all doing our own jobs. Think of the best moments in life as a teacher. When you're stressed out, when you're overwhelmed, just think of when you received a thank you note from a student. Think of the moment when you helped a student through their personal struggle. Now we're going to talk about the students. How difficult can it be for a student? Virtual study can be challenging without direct interaction with the teachers or friends. Sitting and studying indoors can be boring. You don't have much physical activity and students miss their teacher counselor. I have 2 kids at home who are studying virtually and they complain all the time that it's boring and it's challenging to just sit and study at home. So I can really see for you all how difficult it could be. Stressors. Staying indoors can cause isolation, depression, job loss, leading to financial implications. It can affect the mental health of the children, and that's a big challenge for working parents. During this COVID pandemic, we have heard about many companies declaring bankruptcy. When I talk to patients, many patients say that they've lost their job and they are filing for unemployment. So this is not easy when we have this pandemic going on in one side and all these economical challenges, mental health issues, and other things alongside with the COVID pandemic. So that's why we have to take care of mind, body, and spirit. So our focus today is to take care of our mind, body, and spirit through some strategies to decrease the stress during the COVID pandemic. I want to start off with a quote saying, "Worrying does not empty tomorrow of its troubles, but it empties today of its strength." So we all have an emotional brain and a thinking brain. So when you encounter a problem or a puzzle as a teacher or as a student, it basically goes to the neocortex, which is the thinking brain. It does not go to the feeling brain or the limbic brain. But when you're in a state of panic mode or fear, the emotional brain takes over the limbic brain. Say you travel and you meet with an accident. The thinking brain does not act, but the emotional brain takes over. 2 days ago, I was driving to work in the morning, and while driving, a deer basically jumped in front of my car. I didn't know what to do. I stopped my car, but then for almost a minute or so, I really didn't know how to react. So, as I said, fear is when we can't function properly, our judgment can be impaired, our beliefs can be impaired. So we all have to use our thinking brain to come up with the strategies, problem solving skills during this COVID pandemic and take over the emotional or the feeling brain. So there's a mechanism called amygdala hijack, where the stimuli basically goes to thalamus and then to amygdala before a signal reaches the neocortex, which is the thinking brain, to process. Now we are going to talk about self-care strategies. What are the strategies? First one is sleep. Second one, exercise. Third, social interaction with social distancing, which is tough during the COVID pandemic, but definitely call a friend, call somebody who is close to you and talk to them. Music and meditation. Sleep. Good sleep is a fuel that is essential for brain function. Sleep-deprived people can transiently become mentally impaired. So we all need to have our good sleep at least for like 6 to 8 hours a day. Then exercise. Exercise makes your mind clear. It improves immune function. It enhances mood, and it gives a good outlook towards life. When you exercise, you release the endorphin, which are the hormones that make you feel good. Suggestions: in a day, you can do 20 jumping jacks, 10 wall push-ups, large arm circles, neck rolls every day. Go for a walk. Here is a video just to show how to do jumping jacks at home during the day. So that's the jumping jack, which is basically you jump and it helps. It's a good type of exercise. The squats. And then the push-ups. Nutrition, eating a healthy diet is very, very important. So we go from the pyramid, look at the base of the pyramid. Every day, be physically active. Enjoy meals with others. So make sure you eat your meal with your family. Share your ideas during dinner. Make sure you eat vegetables, fruits, whole wheat greens, beans, legumes, and seeds on a daily basis. Eat fish and seafood less often, maybe twice a week. Eat eggs and poultry once a week. And meats and sweets less often. Make sure you drink enough water every day. The other thing is meditation. Meditation is to train attention and awareness and achieve a mentally clear and emotionally calm and stable state. A diamond is just a chunk of coal that did well under pressure. So we are going to handle the pressure during the COVID pandemic and move on. For that, one of the main thing that we need is resilience. So what is resilience? Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. So there is a quote by Confucius saying, "Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." With all the external pressure during the COVID pandemic, such as teaching, managing stress at home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of children, health, financial issues, taking care of parents, are we ready to handle the pressure? Do we have the courage to come back? So, problem-solving skills, awareness of strength and assets, managing our own emotions, bouncing back, self-efficacy, ability to reach out to others, resourcefulness are all important aspects of resilience. Now I'm going to talk about 6 strategies to de-stress throughout the day. So this can be done on a daily basis. So first strategy is tense and release. Progressive muscle relaxation is a technique to control stress and anxiety. To practice this, you'll need to tense up muscles in a certain part of your body for 15 seconds and then relax. You can start by clenching your toes and then work your way up your body section by section until you reach your head. So you can try to do that as I'm speaking, try to tense and clench your fist and go from there. Practicing progressive muscle relaxation is a good way to check in with yourself and pay attention to any pain that you may have noticed before. Second, express gratitude. Experiencing high levels of chronic stress, depression, anger, hostility can negatively impact your health, including risk for stroke. Shifting your thoughts to more positive ones can help us redirect negativity before it can affect our mood and cause us harm. One way to do this is by reminding ourselves of the good things in life. Take a few moments every day to list what you're thankful for. It could be a loved one, the roof over your head, or a happy memory. This practice can help us focus on positive parts of our daily lives. So you can actually take a diary, label it gratitude diary, and write of 3 things every day. On a daily basis, think of 3 good things in your life, be thankful for that you're thankful for, and keep going. That helps us build the positive attitude. Explore your happy place. Even if you're stuck at home, we can still take a trip using our imagination. So when you're feeling sick of being indoors, imagine a place that makes you feel safe, comfortable, and completely at peace. It could be a real life memory or something you make up, like your own garden. As you picture this, try to get as detailed as possible. Imagine the smell of jasmine or sound of pet dog on your lap, whatever will help you feel calm and at ease. It could be a mother's home or a trip to your grandma's home, whatever makes you feel comfortable and brings you peace. Take deep cleaning breaths while picturing every detail. After a few minutes, you'll start to feel your tension melt away. Take a break. That's a good idea, right? So when you're working all day long, just take a few minutes to take a break away. So when you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed, it's okay to simply take a break, even if it's for a few minutes. The key is to recognize when you need to step away. It's easy to get so caught up in our work and routines that we forget to take time for ourselves. To ensure you're making time for daily breaks, set an alarm or download an app. And when you take the break, try to use the time to completely rest. Avoid looking at your phone, reading, or watching TV. Social media is a big challenge. Again, looking at the television about and listening to the COVID pandemic all day long. We have so many elderly people who are worried, who are stressed out just listening to the social media. So avoid the time on your social media as well. Instead, take this time to be present in the present moment and settle into a true state of rest and relaxation. The fifth strategy is 1-minute meditation. Meditation can improve anxiety, depression, pain, and may even help you sleep better. Trying to meditate can be a challenge. Some people have trouble finding the time to meditate regularly. Others struggle to clear their minds or sit still for too long. This is where the 1-minute meditation can help. Simply set a timer for 60 seconds and clear your mind by focusing on your breath or repeating a mantra. This micro meditation can help you quickly relax and reset. The sixth one is focus on your breath. There are several relaxation exercises you can do with your breath. So try doing this as I speak. Draw in a very deep breath from your stomach, filling your lungs from the bottom up. Once you can't take in any more air, exhale by letting your breath out as slowly as possible. Do a series of breaths where you breathe in to the count of 4, hold for 4 beats, and then exhale to the count of 4. Observe yourself passively breathing in and out. Feel your breath going in and out through your nose and take note of how it feels as your lungs expand and contract. Breathe in while saying, I am, and then breathe out with a positive statement like, at peace. Now I'm going to shift gears and talk about working from home, ergonomics. So you can see the picture on the right. When you work from home, keep your shoulders relaxed. When using the keyboard or mouse, make sure your wrist is relaxed. Adjust the height of the chair to achieve a proper posture. Maintain posture with 90 degrees or more at the hips and knees. So when you work from home, take 2 to 5 minutes to move each hour to allow your body to recover from periods of prolonged static contraction and repetitive stress. Leave your desk regularly. For every 30 minutes, sit in a neutral position for 20 minutes, stand in neutral position for 8 minutes, move and gently stretch for 2 minutes. For 7.5 hours a day, this gives a total of 5 hours of sitting, 2 hours of standing, 30 minutes of moving, 16 sit to stand transition. So again, while working from home, every hour, just make sure you're sitting for 20 minutes, stand for 8 minutes, and then move for 2 minutes. Emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? It's self-awareness and self-management, and social awareness and social management. So be aware of yourself and then be aware of the social awareness, basically. Other techniques to de-stress. We're going to talk about micro-practices. Micro-practices are practices that connect with an already existing activity that offer a special appeal and ease, such as a moment for mindfulness when using a hand sanitizer. Hand hygiene, now routine, is an opportunity for self-awareness and self-management. It can be an opportunity to focus on one's breath, center one's mind and body, and visualize the kind of presence, empathy, and calmness one would like to bring to the next moment. The other one is name it to tame it. So self-attention and self-care are important. So another micro practice is basically taking a moment to name one's emotions, especially challenging emotions. For example, when I notice that I'm feeling upset, take a moment to think, is it anger, or is it concern, or is it exhaustion? Such naming aids self-awareness and self-management. This name it to tame it practice, to paraphrase Dr. Dan Siegel, has supportive functional MRI research. It is shown to shift brain activity from the amygdala, the emotional center of the brain, to the higher cortex, thinking area of the brain, specifically the prefrontal cortex. In so doing, it can help bring calm and ease. So when you're upset at home, just think of a moment, think, what is that emotion? Name your emotion to tame it. Positive attitude. So 15-day practice of recording 3 good things had significant positive benefits on self-reported happiness, burnout, work-life balance, and depression. Extending gratitude practices into groups, such as starting a meeting by giving kudos for recent efforts, can also help stimulate positive emotions and positive relationships among team members. Clearly, many good things are happening in the midst of all the stress in this world. The dedication of so many, kindness and consideration for those most at risk, and emotional support. Coming back to breathing, diaphragmatic breathing has demonstrated an improvement in stress reduction as measured by blood pressure and salivary cortisol and self-reported stress levels via the depression and anxiety scales. The mechanism is thought to act by increasing parasympathetic activation. So one study has noted significant benefits on blood pressure with one 10-minute session of diaphragmatic breathing. So the breathing technique to relax is 4-7-8. Look at the slide on the right side. So inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 7, and exhale for a count of 8. Again, breathing technique to relax is 4-7-8. Now we have good news. It's okay to be not okay. Teachers feel the need to stay strong and unwavering so as to keep up this hero image. Although standing resolute in the midst of crisis does give those around you a sense of security that someone has things under control, we must remember that we are still human. However, to be able to show up and give all of ourselves day in and day out, we have to be able to turn that inward and fill ourselves up. We must take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others. So it's okay to be not okay at times. Here are some tips for self-care shared by nurses. So Professor Michelle Patch from Hopkins University says that stepping away and power walking, even for 5 minutes, helps her clear her mind and refocus on priorities, patients, families, and staff. Also, humor is powerful and has lifted her up during difficult moments. Robin Neal, the nurse from St. Luke's Health System, says that she takes 1 minute to intentionally pull her shoulders back and take 3 to 5 deep breaths. This resets her attitude. Then we have nurse Kimberly Ortmeyer from Levine's Children's Hospital. She takes a 10 minutes after she parks her car to take some deep breath and think of 3 positive in her life. Second, she practices one no phone day where she doesn't pick up any calls. Third thing, she talks about exercise, a Peloton or an exercise bike. She puts on her headphone and for a short period of time to clear her mind and sweat it out. So we all went through the strategies to de-stress ourselves. Now we want to take care of ourselves. What are the measures to prevent COVID? Best way to prevent COVID is to practice social distancing guidelines by staying at least 6 feet away from others. Also, regularly wash your hands, wear a mask in public, cover your cough, clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces. So I'm going to talk about the pillars of health. Basically, you can think of the mnemonic SENSE. S is sleep, so good sleep. E is exercise. N stands for nutrition. S stands for stress management. And E is to enjoy life. So we are almost towards the end of the presentation. So just to ask you questions, do you know of the 6 strategies to de-stress during the day? It's tense and release, express gratitude, explore your happy place, take a break, 1 minute meditation, and focus on your breath. Thank you. If you have questions, please feel free.
Participants, please ask questions.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your short and sweet presentation and powerful. And I just we just open the questions to the audience. If you have any questions or if you want to get any inputs, so you can just raise your queries. So Dr. If anyone has any queries, you can just put your queries, or if you want any health tips or any informations which is shared, so you can just put in the chat box, or you can unmute. 1 second, I'll just unmute yourself. Sorry, I'll just unmute yourself. Yeah. Yeah, now you can able to unmute yourself. Yes, Dr. Shashi Singh.
Yes, good afternoon, doctor. I'm Shashi from Varanasi. Am I audible to you?
Yes,
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, ma'am, I just wanted to know that every person in their individual life is stressed because of their particular role in different fields. Sometimes we are professionals, sometimes we are parents, sometimes we are having some other kind of responsibility. So the same tools, same strategies, how can we, with the same things we can discuss ourselves in different roles, right? Whatever you have suggested, we can just practice them, and that will be applicable for all the different roles stress in our life, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So what we discussed, as I said, basically is to think of the positive things in your life, express gratitude, take a minute to do a meditation. So you can be a housewife, you can be a singer, you can be a a nurse, you can be a teacher, you can be a dancer, or just a mom, which is the most important role in the family, right? Taking care of children at home, taking care of elderly parents, doing work. Yeah.
And
go ahead.
one more thing, apart from playing all these roles, sometimes we feel isolated from all the other places. Like we maybe sometimes we feel to speak to someone or to write someone, but we are getting afraid to disclose everything, every matter, right? So that is also a cause of role stress. So how does it help us? How does these issues can be resolved?
Yeah, so basically isolation, staying alone, not interacting with others can really cause anxiety and depression. So as I always tell you, basically when you feel emotional, when you feel sort of like down, just call somebody who is closer to you. Just pick up a phone, call your close friend from your school or your mentor in your college, or your next door neighbor, or your mom, or anybody that's closer to your heart, and just share your thoughts, just share what you feel. Okay, so you really want to have that positive attitude. Even if you feel sad, it's okay to express it. So basically when you share your emotions like sadness or joy, the sadness basically halves and then the joy doubles. That's what people say, right? So it's okay to call somebody and share your emotions. Yes, we all talk about social distancing, but we have access to phone, we have access to internet, we have the Facebook, we have WhatsApp, so many other ways to interact with the rest of the world. So that's very, very important. Yes, we have seen like older population, like elderly population.
Elderly in all.
Yeah, so who don't have access to these and who basically go through depression. So on a daily basis, when I talk to patients on the phone, some are crying, as I said, and like older patients, they don't know what to do. So I tell them it's okay to call me on a daily basis and just talk to me. So yeah, social interaction is very, very important with social distancing in mind.
And this is much, it's increasing in these pandemic situations when we are getting very isolated in our house.
Exactly. So again, as I said, even in your home, just take a minute, just go for a walk inside your home, 5 minutes, come back and sit. So that releases the endorphin too. But yeah, exactly. I perfectly agree with you. Social interaction is very much essential for a healthy life.
Right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we know everything, ma'am. We know that we have to do this, we have to do this, but somehow we are ignoring all this, and we absorb in the daily routine work. So,
that's why I said it's okay to be not okay. So
yeah.
I know you have work all day long, but just set your own time. Say, I need my time for like 10 minutes a day, or even like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, where I'm not going to do anything, but it's my time just to refocus and reset.
Yeah, we are just ignoring ourselves.
Take time to focus on yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Namaskar, ma'am. I'm Rajan Sharma. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Okay. I have two questions. One is that, like, when we have been reporting that due to this antiviral drug and all, patients are recovering. So, I mean, why the remedy or the vaccine as such is taking so much time, first of all? That is from your profession. Second thing is, like, we talk about three things these days: IQ, EQ, and SQ. And it is basically reversed now. In India, people are talking more about SQ, that is spiritual quotient. And I mean, I think even in New Jersey or in New York, a lot of people are there in the meditation or the other field where they can feel composed, cool, calm, serene, and emotionally balanced also. I mean, they leave their intelligence, they leave their emotional things, but they are high on spiritual quotient. Is it same on that part?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Okay, I think it's very, very important to have that spiritual quotient in our life. Okay, Yeah, there is the intelligent quotient and then the emotional quotient, which we talked about, but spiritual quotient is above all. Okay, you need to really feel connected with God. And there are so many things, as I said, stay in a calm room, think of good things in life, be thankful for. I mean, you get up in the morning, you're able to see. Not many people get up in the morning, they have a stroke. So when you get up in the morning, just say, oh my God, I can move myself. I have good eyes to see. It's a bright morning outside. I have the sun. So think of good things in life and practice that on a daily basis. You really feel that enlightenment where you feel like you're thankful for all the good things in life. So spiritual quotient is very, very important, and I'm glad that you brought it up. So good thing would be during this COVID pandemic, sit with the family, do a prayer together, or by yourself, just take that 5 minutes at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day to thank God and be thankful for what you have in your life. When everything comes from God, the superpower.
And that vaccine part.
Oh, the vaccine part, it's still under trial. There are so many trials going on now. Currently,
but like they are reporting that these number of patients who are admitted now, these are cured and now they are relieved from the hospitals.
Yeah, so I mean, I have so many patients with COVID I see on a daily basis. So again, as I said, we have healthy patients who get sick, sort of like a flu-like illness, fever, cold, head congestion, stomach upset. We just keep them at home. We check on them how often, like every couple of days, to see how they are doing. Basically, the treatment is just symptomatic, which is fluids. Take some paracetamol if you need for fever, an inhaler if you need for shortness of breath. So young people, healthy people, 85% of the people recover. The sick ones, yes, they get admitted to the hospital. I have patients in their 90s who it's not easy for them. So they are on home oxygen, and with all the comorbid conditions they have, we get them in the hospital. So again, not all of them who get admitted to the hospital get intubated, but some people need to go on ventilator, and that's a fewer percentage.
And chances of reoccurrence?
Go ahead, sir.
Chances of reoccurrence, sir.
Yeah, so that's another big thing we are all worried about, right? We are all thinking about the second wave. So people are recovering, but what if it comes back again? The resurgence or the reemergence of the virus is what we're all worried about, but we are coming up with strategies every day. So we'll see how things go. We don't have an answer yet because things are changing on a daily basis with the COVID pandemic.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Yes?
Hi, yes, ma'am. I'm Ankita Shukla from Mangalathan University, Aligarh. Ma'am, my question is that due to COVID-19, students may suffer many problems in their training and placement. So how can they overcome from this? And what advice would you give to the students?
Can you repeat your question again? I'm sorry.
Okay, ma'am, my question also is in chat box. Okay, I repeat it. Due to COVID-19, students may suffer problems in their training and placement. So how can they overcome from this?
Oh, students having problems with placement and training?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So, yeah, students, I really feel sorry for all the students because they are young. They want to do things. They want to keep moving forward. They want to achieve things, right? So when you're young and motivated, you want to do things and you're at a point where you're not able to do things. That can be sort of demotivating, which is tough. Unfortunately, at this point, we are all waiting for the system where the COVID pandemic clears up, right? So for the young kids, I would say just keep moving forward, keep working at home. And when you feel like the things are getting better, you have to put in your effort. So keep working at home, be prepared for the challenge. And when you're ready to move on, that's when we can look at placement and other opportunities.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Anytime.
Yeah, Dr. Praveen with this video. Hello. Yes, madam. I want to know this 1 minute meditation. Please repeat how to do it in an office time or in office.
Sure. Let me move back to the slide if possible. Let me see if I can pull it back.
Yeah, you just share again. I've just dropped it.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. Okay, so you're able to see my screen now?
Yeah. You just
Yes.
something make it big.
Okay, let me make it big. So here is the slide about the 1 minute meditation. Okay, so as I told you before, 1 minute meditation it can help improve anxiety, depression, pain, and help you sleep better. So basically set a timer at your home for 60 seconds and clear your mind. Okay, so you want to think of the minute where you don't think about anything in your life. Okay, so when you close your eyes, you can actually feel emotions coming to you. You think of your work, you try to clear your mind, but work comes in, your children come in, your parents come in, financial issues come in. You just want to clear your mind for a minute. So take a deep breath in and you can repeat a mantra, whatever you like. So you can say, breathe in, and when you exhale, say peaceful. Okay, so this is the technique for breath. So do a series of breath where you breathe into the count of 4, hold for 4 beats, and then exhale for a count of 4. So here you go. Look at the last bullet. Breathe in while saying I am, and then breathe out with a positive statement, saying at peace. So that's basically it. You really want to take off everything from your mind and feel the breath going in and coming out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Yes?
This is Pungurali from Tamil Nadu. I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Management Studies, as well as I am the mother of 2 children. So we know that resilience is the ability to bounce back again and again with every obstacle we face. But could you suggest me how can we inculcate or nurture this to our students or the adult or the children in this pandemic situation? Because I feel very hard to be like when the pandemic started, the children have started very excitedly to attend online classes. But later on, they have attending the classes nowadays, they are hesitating it to do that. So how can we help to them to nurture this as a resilience as a mother?
So basically, as a mother, it's really challenging because I know how difficult it is to balance work and take care of things at home. But you want to sit with your children in the evening, tell them, okay, so we're going to come up with a plan. We're going to put a timetable for a week. We're going to say, okay, this is the wake up time. So when you go to school, say if you're waking up at 6:30, now you have the leisure. You can wake up at 7:30, but you still have to focus on what you need to do. So put in a timetable for them. Tell them no matter what, whatever the world is going on outside, you have to do these things. These are the expectations from me as a mother. And this is not just for me, for yourself. So people have to keep working every day. So tell them at the end of the week, these are the things I want you to do. And tell them to write down a log where every day whatever they do, just make a note of things that they do and present it to you at the end of the week or at the end of the day. They also have that feel of accomplishment when they do something. But yeah, as a mother, you have to keep motivating, because if you don't talk to them on a daily basis or tell them that, for children, it can slip off their mind. So yeah, you have to tell them, talk about resilience at least like once a week. Say that courage, it's the courage to come back. Whatever the situation is, the environment is, we have to keep moving forward. So when you get up in the morning, these are the things we got to do on a daily basis.
Sure, Doctor. Thank you.
Anyone has any questions? Yeah. I think Dr. Auxilia can just take over the session.
Yes. The essence of all beautiful art is gratitude. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. I, on behalf of the Department of Commerce, Auxilium College, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the Honorable Resource Person, Dr.SerophineAnitha, who blessed with her presence and took out valuable time of her busy schedule. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. Your thoughts have enlightened our mind and have shown us a new path. Thank you, Dr. Serophine. I would like to thank all the respected teaching fraternity from all over India who have blessed us with their presence. I would like to thank our management for the constant support and guidance. I am happy to express my sincere thanks to all my department staff members, my teammates, and our technical team. Thank you for making this session wonderful. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was a pleasure to talk to you all, and thank you all the faculties in the college and faculties all over.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
So looking forward. Yeah, thank you.